Hello, and I hope you guys are doing great. So I'm supposed to turn the camera on, and I'm not even sure what is the topic is, but all I know that I'm supposed to turn the camera on, and for the whole week, and most of you may know, my whole situation, um, you know, with my daughter and everything like that. Not to go into any details about it. But for the whole week, I was doing I really was doing a reflection. It was like a wake up call for me. And I truly believe that it's like a calling. And I believe that with all of my heart and all of my soul, and then I can feel it. It's like God is telling me, my child, you know the part where you're supposed to be. And it's like, I feel like it's almost as if that at a crossroad. It's like at a crossroad. It's like I'm between the left and the right. It's like I'm between in the left and the right, and He's telling me, take your path. That is what I feel like, it is. That is what He's saying, like, take your path and find peace. And I think like all this that is, what is going on in my life, it's a way to bring me to my path, to do what I'm supposed to do in this life, my purpose, and it's like in general, okay? It is like in general. So yeah. And the funny thing is, it all goes back from some part of the reason why I created this channel, because I got the dream. If you go back to some of my videos, my video was, I make a video about it where God, in my dream, I had to go back and find that child inside, go back to my childhood. And then I did, and I realized like last year, every year around this time phase, it's like a different phase around the same time of March. It's like I have a new it's like the compass is, the compass turned back all over again. It goes around, and it's like a new phase at this point right now. And I think like I've raised in the church, and I know the way, and I know like the way of life. Okay, I know the way of life, and I really think God is telling me, come home, come home. So I have to follow His path more, and I have to be the person that He wants me to be. And I want to be the person that He wants me to be, and not just because my daughter is sick, but it's because I want to be the person that He wants me to be. And I want Him to use me in the way that I'm supposed to be used by Him. I want my body to be His temple, and I want this platform to make a difference in this lifetime for people. And the only way it can make a difference is if God is the foundation of it. If the faith that I believe in so much, the faith, like I've lived my whole life on faith, because faith is everything to me. So the question is, what is it? My faith is everything. I believe in God. But if I don't do the right thing, if we don't do the right thing, what is the point of having all that faith and not following His path? So God, He told me for this week. He gave me that time, and I got the time. I did a lot. If you notice, guys, I was doing live, but through Restream. I wasn't on live. I didn't really post a video because I was doing such of a reflection. I was doing like a reflection. I was doing a transformation, and transformation is it's not easy. Transformation is not an easy thing. It's difficult when you're doing transformation. But when you reach to that part of the realization and say, okay, this is it, and this is how it's supposed to be, you know that you're at the right path, transforming. And you know the step that you have to take, you know how you have to go on moving forward. And I just want to give God thanks on all the praises. I just want to give him, if I tell you that I didn't answer anyone's phone call for the week because I wanted that peace, I wanted that space, and at the same time I just answer the phone call that I feel safe with, and people who like I actually trust, and who I feel like I can trust, because these days people are so like hypocritical, like you don't even know who to trust from who not to trust. So for the whole week I was just like doing some reflection. I've done a lot of reflection, and I just want to give God thanks, and I just want to give him praise. And my faith is beyond, my faith is always my faith is beyond. And I just want to ask God to just strengthen that faith and give me the strength to go on, taking care of myself, taking care of my family, taking care of my, just and do the right thing and be an example, be the voice that he wants me to be, because he gives me that talent, and it's like it is scattered. God is blessed me with the tools. He blessed me with the tools. So I want everything that I do is to glorify him. I want to make a change in a godly way. So let the light shine. So the light shine. So that is what I have to say. So I didn't plan to turn the camera on. I just decided to turn it on, and it's very hard for me to be like, vulnerable. But God has called me. He called me. He called me. And I answered him. And I just want to give thanks, and I just want to give praise. And just remember me in your prayer, okay? Because the flesh is weak. The flesh is weak, but he's strong. And I believed in him so much. And I know sometimes people talk about Lucifer, they talk about the devil. Okay, this is a time when you want to do the right thing, the devil is going to tempt. But I think it's like sometimes I think that we give the devil power. I think we give the devil power by even calling him name and just recognize him. He doesn't exist to me. He doesn't exist. The thing that exists is just the worldly chaos, is the worldly pleasure that I think that exists. And not like to say that the devil exists. He doesn't, in my mind, he doesn't exist. I have a choice. I have a choice. It's like I could go right or I could go wrong. You have a choice. You could go the left road or you could go the right road. You could take the wide road or you could take the narrow road. The choice is yours, and there's consequences. I don't think it's like sometimes when you want to do a retransformation and live a life that pleasing unto God, sometimes you will look at it to say that you have to change things in your life. You don't have to change things in your life. You don't have to change things. You just have to follow the 10 commandments. That is what I truly believe. And I truly believe you just have to let God lead. Let him lead, and then you follow. And that is just it. And that's all that is going to be like taking a path. I don't think it's like changing. It's taking a new path. It's like taking the new road. The narrow road. And I've chose that narrow road since the day I had that dream when I opened this YouTube channel. I am going to attach this video to that video that I'm talking about. And that video was made 2 years ago, where I was at the narrow road. Yes, on a narrow, steep road. I had that dream 2 years ago. 2 years ago, and it's like I'm delaying and I'm delaying and I'm delaying. And just 2 years ago, God is telling me to wake up. God is telling me to wake up. And then my daughter gets sick, and then back and for the whole week, everything that come down on me. And I said, God is calling me. It's a calling. So I just want to give God thanks and praise. And I just want to give thanks to each and every one of you who are praying for my daughter. She's still in the hospital. Please continue to pray. And I'm just going to let everything, leave everything in God's hand. I'm going to just leave it in God's hands and just continue to do the best that I can. So thank you for listening to my video, and just keep praying. remember my daughter, remember me in your prayer, and just pray that God is gonna give me the energy and more of a faith to just do His work, and to be the woman, to be the person that He wants me to be the voice for the one that doesn't have voice, to be the air for the one that doesn't have air, and at the same time to glorify Him.